Hi everyone, so back with week 4 and we are still in Monaco for this one. So I'm actually using like a birthday collection. It's not really a birthday, it's the Salutations collection from Echo Park, but it just had a load of quotations and the cut parts just suited the events of the week. So I just thought I'd use it. I've not got much left of it, so it's nice to be able to use pretty much most of it. I've still got a few stickers left and a few cut parts, but it definitely made a dent in it. So yeah, I've enjoyed using it. It's not my favourite collection because it's got no pretty pictures on them. It's all just words. But as I said, it's in my collection. I want to use them up, so I was happy to use these ones. So I'm going to save that one. It says do more of what makes you happy. That's going to be my title card. That crazy little thing called Loved One's going to go next to it. And then I have some 3x4s to go in the middle, and then I'm going to use the other spots for photos. So I'm going to use the happy birthday one at the top because it was my birthday on the 21st on the Sunday, so we was actually away for it, which was quite nice. I hardly ever get to spend my birthday on holiday because it's cold. Europe's cold, so we don't tend to go away, and we're yet to go away to like a hot destination in that time of year, so maybe one year we will. But for most times I'm stuck in cold and wet England, so it's quite nice to be away for my birthday. So the first photo is a picture of the palace. So on the Sunday we wanted to go to the other side of Monaco, which is where the old town, the palace and the aquarium is. So that's what we did before we caught a train back to Nice for our flight the next day. So I'm just going to use this, there was a long border strip on the sticker sheet that I'm going to use instead of washi tape, and I'm using this 6x6 paper pad that just says I think it's called And They Lived Happily Ever After, and it's just a load of like florals, but it obviously matched the cut parts quite nicely on there, so I'm just going to use that for the background. The last time I used this collection I used just plain paper, and I've definitely learned that I don't enjoy using plain paper unless it's black. I just think it looks quite empty. I don't know why, each time I've done it I've just not enjoyed it, so I definitely like using pattern paper for the background, so that's what I did for this one to make it a bit different. So I'm just putting some, because obviously some of the backgrounds I wanted to attach the paper to double back it basically, because the paper that's in the previous week was just very flimsy, so I'm sticking my paper to the back of it, so it's a little bit more sturdy. But the photo that's going to go underneath is a picture of Joe at the start line for the Formula One, because we couldn't find it the day before, and we were like, there must be a start line somewhere. Anyway, we found it eventually. We found the checkered line and also the boxes where the cars start and things, so that was really good because Joe wanted a photo in front of that, so that was exciting to finally see that. And I'm just going to use the card that says you are magical for above that, so I thought that was quite cute. So yeah, we went to the palace, we went to the aquarium, and then we had a walk around the old town. So the first 6x4 photo is actually going to be a picture inside the aquarium. I got some nice photos of all the different fish. It was a nice aquarium. It's quite famous because it's not just an aquarium, it's a museum as well. And it looks at, all these different projects of going to like Antarctica and, making sure the marine life stays basically, and how to protect it and things like that. So it's a really nice place, and it's very, very pretty inside. So we enjoyed it, and we had a wander around and got some nice photos, as I said, of the fish. There were some really cool pictures of the jellyfish and things, but yeah, I just really enjoyed taking these photos. I love fish, so these are just some pictures of some of the pretty fish that was inside the tanks. And then the other photo is actually a picture of us, well, not a picture of us, but we went out to dinner because obviously it was my birthday. But we got the train back to Nice, and we were going to go to this Thai place, and we were proper set on having Thai food. But we got there and they were closed, and they said that they were closed that evening and the next evening. So we had to like scramble to try and find somewhere to eat. And I mean, it was like 6:30, so it wasn't like really late, but it just felt late. It felt like everything was closing around us, and we didn't really want to just go to somewhere like, I don't know, like fast food, because it was my birthday. I wanted to do something nice. So we actually ended up in this Italian restaurant. and it was really good. It was so nice. It was very small. I think there was only about 10 tables, but they only served like 3 or 4 mains. And yeah, we had desserts. We had Joe had some wine, and I had an apple spritz and stuff. So it was just nice to finish off the holiday having a nice meal. And yeah, it was just something different. And obviously it was a bit unexpected. We didn't expect there to be there. And sometimes it's a good and a bad thing. Joe likes to know what he's going to eat, and if it gets changed last minute, he gets a bit stressed about it because he likes to prepare himself for these sort of things. So it was quite unexpected, but it was really nice. We really enjoyed it. So yeah, I got a picture of our food, and then we flew home on the Monday, and I have you'll see me go back and add a few little labels, because I do want to write about our flight home on the Monday. It was absolutely atrocious. So we were flying home in that storm Aisha, and it just was the most horrific flight. So we were delayed 2 hours anyway. It just kept getting delayed, but eventually I was watching it on Flight Radar, and eventually it had taken off from the UK. So I was like, right, it's on its way, it's absolutely fine. And then it got to Nice, and it turned around and everything. We was all getting on the flight, and it was actually quite a decent flight up until the last 45 minutes. It just got so bumpy, and then we were trying to land, and the girl next to me was Italian, and she didn't feel very well, and I don't like people being sick. So she was obviously nearly throwing up next to me. It was very, very bumpy, and we were trying to land. And then just as thought we were landing, the wheels were out and everything, the pilot turns the plane and goes back up again, because it was too windy to land at Gatwick. So we had to go around, and it was awful. So we had to go back up and go back, circle, and then try again. So I was clinging on to Joe because he doesn't like flying, ironically, even though we fly numerous times a year. And I don't like people being sick. Luckily, the girl next to me was all right in the end. But it was just a stressful time. We've had some very stressful flights and very stressful holiday situations, but it doesn't put us off. It's just one of those things. But it was just not a very good landing, and I don't recommend flying in a storm. It was definitely the most scary time I've been on a plane. I knew that I wasn't afraid of crashing. I don't have that fear. I just have a fear of, I don't like when everyone else is fearful. I don't like it when everyone else is not, if everyone's like laughing and joking and stuff like that, it doesn't freak me out. But it's when everyone's silent and everyone's not enjoying themselves and everything, I just think, oh my god, this is not ideal. There's nothing to distract me. So yeah, I just did not enjoy that flight. So I was so happy to be on the ground and making our way back home. And luckily our trains and everything back up to the north were fine. We didn't get delayed, and we got home about 6. We were supposed to be home about 4, but with the 2-hour delay on the flight, that's just unlucky basically. But we managed to get home, and we both had the day off the next day, so we was all right. But yeah, just another little antic to add to our holiday stories. I've never had that before. I've never had to do a go around because we couldn't land. We had to do it where there's been traffic or whatever, and they just can't land because there's too many. But we've not tried to land. We've just gone round in the sky. This time we were so close to landing, literally I could see the runway, and then I just saw him go straight back up again. So yeah, it was a very big day for these sort of things as well. There was loads of stuff all over the YouTube and the internet about planes landing in this storm and stuff. So I suppose that's the bad thing about, landing and, going on holiday in January in the UK, is that you do hit a lot of storms. We've had so many storms this year though. We've had about 6 or 8 over the course of like 2 to 3 months. So yeah, they just keep coming. But anyway, I'm going to stamp, obviously using my Ellie Studio stamps the week 4, and I'm just going to use my date stamp to stamp the dates on there, and that's pretty much everything for this part of the week. So the next part is Tuesday through to Saturday. It wasn't a very busy week, so it can fit nicely in. So I hope you've enjoyed this part of the week, and I'll be back shortly. Thank you very much.